Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but here we are back with another episode on our point and click adventure game of the Excavation of Hob Barrow. If you're new to this game, I will link the previous installments in the top corner. During this episode you will see me do the same thing twice. For some reason the game glitched out and had me wandering around for a while. Apologies for this, and that is the reason why this episode is longer than the previous. Anyway, enough talking, let's crack on.
I'll let the worm enjoy his new home. I don't wish to wake him up. Horsehair would make fine bowstring. She almost took my head off. I could certainly use the knife to cut some hair from her tail, but I'm gonna have to gain her trust unless I want a hoof to the nose. I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. I already took some. Here, girl. Eat this. Good girl. Hopefully that's gained some trust between us. I've managed to cut off a few lengthy strands. I must coat the hair with something waxy first, otherwise the string will have no friction. I can't see how that will help me. There we are. This should make sufficient bowstring now. I've done it. The bowstring seems to hold on sufficiently. I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. Look what I have for you. My head is spinning. What happened? Hello? Where did she go? I shan't be visiting the badgers again. I was lucky to escape intact. The simple wooden cross bears a small plaque, on which is inscribed the name Albert de Plancy.
Relative, are you?
No, just looking.
He were the cobbler. Who's going to mend me boots now?
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. de Plancy. I saw your late husband's grave, Mrs. de Plancy. I am very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, pet. I'm ashamed to say I couldn't afford nowt more than a simple wooden cross. He were a colourful man, our Albert. He deserves better. He loved his flower beds. He's only been gone a fortnight, and already his plants have gone to rot. May the Lord forgive me.
Plants are difficult to maintain. I'm sure Albert would understand.
His precious hippeastrum were the first to go. I would have loved to lay one on his grave.
What does a hippeastrum flower look like?
Oh, beautiful things they are. Tall stems topped with large red flowers. Hard to grow in this climate. They were his pride and joy. The remarkable thing is there's no scent to 'em. That's why he loved 'em so much. You see, he hated anything that smelled sickly sweet. Hippeastrum were just perfect. Let me know if you come across one, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. de Plancy. What does a hippeastrum flower look like?
Oh, tall, hard, they were the remark. That's why, you see, let me know.
Of course. Thanks for your time.
Lord be... Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. de Plancy. May I ask who you have set aside the puddings for?
Oh, Father Roach. He won't be back until tomorrow.
Won't they be off by then?
Not at all. Besides, pet, as I told you, I'm not in the mood for all this baking chatter.
Sorry, Mrs. de Plancy. Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
These matched the description of the flowers Mrs. Duplancy mentioned. There's no scent.
You get away from my hippiastrum!
Ah, apologies.
Move!
Well, that confirms it. Those flowers, may I please take one?
Are you deaf and daft? Bugger off!
A bullying old harridan. There's no point trying to speak with her. Good day.
Hello.
I really need one of those hippiastrum flowers.
Why?
It's a long story. Might you please be able to get one for me, or distract Miss Fenchurch so I can take one?
Those flowers are Miss Fenchurch's favourites. She spends hours looking after them. Sorry, Mum. It's just that I'm so worried about Mr. Ambrose.
The milkman?
Aye. We were to run away together today.
I see.
I'm worried sick that he stood me up. Without Mr. Ambrose, this job is all I have. I can't risk losing it over a flower.
I'm sorry, Miss Tompkins. I still haven't seen him.
Do you think he's abandoned me?
I'm sure that's not the case. He must have been delayed somewhere.
Could you try to find him for me, Mum? Oh, please, Mum. I'd do anything for you if you found my love.
I can try.
Oh, thank you. You're ever so kind, Mum.
Goodbye.
I'd best get back to work.
Good day.
Hello there.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ralph. Not seen you around before.
I'm just visiting. What brings you to the market today?
I purchased a Scotch egg for me tea. You want a bite?
No, thank you. Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
I do, yes.
Have you any idea where he might be?
He is usually here by now.
So I heard.
He normally arrives via the road to the east of Bewlay.
Thank you. I'm looking for some help with an excavation tomorrow. Might you be interested?
Sorry, miss. I've already got my own job.
Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
There we are. Your shells are looking much more interesting now. I pestered Mother for years to let me bring some of your treasures here. I think she's worried that I want to follow in your path. She has hidden most of your discoveries away. I had to beg her to bring me to visit you, you know. I shouldn't worry you with all that. Do you know that I have a story for each of these pots? Well, I don't know if they're all true, but they are my memories. Even though I was so young, I still remember our adventures together. Would you like me to share my memories of them? Well, I'm going to, whether you like it or not. This is from the first dig I remember you taking me on. The excavation of West Kennet Long Barrow. I found it wedged behind a stone as you ate your sandwich. You said, "Now there's a tiny urn for a tiny girl." Mother was so angry when you brought this one home, wasn't she? "William, that simply will not do. It's taking up all the space on the mantelpiece." Once you moved it to your study, I remember creeping in to take a peek at it. We found this one together in that mucky old barrow near Avebury. I think it was the second time you'd taken me on a dig with you. I remember you bringing it up to your face to look inside and shrieking in horror. There's a bloody rat in there, you screamed. I think you brought this one back from a trip abroad. I would have loved to go with you, but Mother didn't want me to. I remember you being so proud of it. It looks ancient. You were incredibly excited about this one. I hadn't gone on an expedition with you yet. You were so happy about it, showing it to Mother and I. You didn't stop talking about it for hours. I thought, how can Daddy be so excited over some old broken pottery? But it wasn't long until I understood. I almost forgot. While I was searching for your pots in the shed, I found one of your manuscripts. I thought Mother had burnt all your notebooks, but she missed one. It was an account of barrows across the east of England. I managed to read it all before Mother took it away. Daddy, it was fascinating. I've decided that is what I want to do with my life. I'm going to travel the country, excavating and documenting my own finds. Well, as soon as I'm old enough to escape Mother, that is. When you're feeling better, we can go out on expeditions together again, just like we used to. I promise you'll get better, Daddy. I'll do whatever it takes to make it so. There's something ahead on the road. My God! Mr. Ambrose! I'm going to help you. Please hold still. I'm going to cut you free. He had been so tightly bound that I could barely cut through without hurting him further. His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act. After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free. Are you all right?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself, the devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
My love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand. As we made the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him. He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
My love.
Eddie! Jesus, what happened to you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
I thought you'd abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Oh, Eddie!
Let's get out of here, my darling.
Hang on.
You thieving bint! I'll have your guts for garters!
Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sow!
The cheek!
Here you are, Mum.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No, thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Aye, thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this godforsaken estate again.
Good luck, you two. I have something for you.
You found them? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to Albert. You'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet. He were a good man, our Albert.
Sounds like he was. I'm so sorry.
Do you fear death, pet?
It's the part in between that concerns me most.
Whatever do you mean?
My father had an accident many years ago. Ever since, he's been in a state where he can neither speak nor move.
Oh, that does sound dreadful. I'm sorry, pet.
I believe his mind to still be active, but perhaps this is the worst of all fates. To be trapped in one's own body and unable to express oneself while the world continues around you. That is what I fear.
Maybe he'll get better one day.
I'd do anything to make it so. Those flowers look beautiful.
They do. Albert will be smiling down on us. Pet, I left me basket inside the church. You'll find some Bakewell puddings in there. You can have them.
Oh, you...
I insist. You've brought an ounce of happiness into my day, dear. It's only just that I return some.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
To be truthful with you, I was saving them for myself. I shouldn't be so selfish. Lord forgive me.
You're nothing of the sort.
I'll stay here with Albert a bit longer. You go back to your day, pet. Lord be with you.
And you, Mrs. Duplancy. Here they are. I've already taken them all. The basket is empty.
The vision returns.
I come bearing gifts.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
You are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course, I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Lord Panswick.
I take no pleasure in watching you scurry about Bewlay to fulfill my every whim. Or do I?
I do not find this amusing in the slightest. You have no idea what I had to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity. Even in the face of something you know to be absurd. You don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
Why not?
Splendid! I'm glad the rain doesn't put you off. You like to live a little dangerously, don't you, Thomasina? Let us stroll to the beck.
That sounds nice. We walked side by side down to the beck, his hand occasionally brushing my own. Despite Lord Panswick's entertaining company, I had an overwhelming feeling that time was being wasted. We ate those cakes down by the beck, and as he attempted the most charming lines he could muster upon me, I only had one thing on my mind. Father. Could he be saved from his suffering? Was the answer to be found within Hob's Barrow? I ached to find out. I didn't even notice the taste of those famous puddings. Seemingly disheartened by my lack of enthusiasm, Lord Panswick soon marched me back toward the ruined chapel.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow. What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hob's Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help. Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow. Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
I've recruited the help of some local labourers to help with the excavation.
Marvellous. When do we start?
Tomorrow morning, first thing.
Wonderful.
Can I count on your assistance?
Of course. I'll meet you here at the Plough and Furrow.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. Hello there.
Yes?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ted? Ted Cross?
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Are you a local, Mr. Cross?
Oh no, I'm just passing through. I'm a musician. Just myself, me guitar and me horse.
Are you a travelling musician?
Aye. I've been playing a new song tonight. I've just finished the lyrics.
What's it about?
You'll have to come listen.
Is that your horse stationed in the alley?
Aye. Thistlecrack is her name.
That's an unusual name for a horse.
Aye. It were what she were called when I bought her. Glutton would be a better name. She likes her treats. But it feels wrong to change it.
What do you make of Bewlay?
Can't say that I know much about this place. I don't usually travel this far south.
I see. Have you heard of a place called Hob's Barrow?
Can't say I have, miss. What is it?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try. I don't need to use the filthy lavatories. I've too much to do today to waste time sleeping. Good day.
Hello there.
I found Mr. Ambrose.
Aye, I saw the two of you walk past not long ago. What the hell happened to him?
He refused to say, but I found him tied to a post.
Jesus.
Have you any idea who might have done such a thing?
No, lass. Where did you take him?
To a friend. He'll be fine.
Grand.
Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
Good day.
How did you like your apple?
I'm afraid it is rather rotten, sir.
Hey up. That's slander, that is. Don't you be going round telling folk I'm handing out rotten apples.
Can I interest you in a pie? Finest mutton in all the county. 2p each.
No, thank you.
You're missing out. Mutton pies!
There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment. Hello? Hello? I don't think anyone is home.
Bugger off!
Ah, the unmistakable charm of old Cyril. I'll leave her to her grieving. Hello? Is anyone home? He's not answering. Ah, the smell of damp soil and rotting vegetation. Ah. I have nothing else to... I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. Hello there.
Yes?
My name is Tom.
Ted? Ted Cross?
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Are you a local, Mr. Cross?
Oh no, I'm just passing through. I'm a musician. Just myself, me guitar and me horse.
Have you heard of a place called Hob's Barrow?
Can't say I have, miss. What is it?
Never mind. What do you make of Bewlay?
Can't say that I know much about this place. I don't usually travel this far south.
I see. Is that your horse stationed in the alley?
Aye. Thistlecrack is her name.
That's an unusual name for a horse.
Aye. It were what she were called when I bought her. Glutton would be a better name. She likes her treats. But it feels...
Thank you for your time.
Make sure...
I'll try. Hello there.
Yes?
Are you a travelling musician?
Aye. I've been playing a new song tonight. I've just finished the lyrics.
What's it about?
You'll have to come listen.
Thank you for your time.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try. I have nothing else to ask for the time being. I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. I have nothing else to ask. I don't wish to carry around my heavy excavation tools. Hey, Thistlecrack. Whoa, she's a feisty one. These flowers, perhaps they had a queer effect on Mr. Ambrose's mind. Perhaps I could show them to Mildred Walker. There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment. Good day. Do you recognise this flower?
Hellebore. Quite common, in fact.
Is it known for any special properties?
Aye, many depending on who you ask. Some say it can be used in curses or incantations. They say it has the power to alter perception, opening a passage to the subconscious or another world.
So it causes one to hallucinate?
You could say so. I certainly wouldn't recommend eating it.
Thank you. There's nothing else. I don't need to use the... There's nothing... It's Mr. He has the serious and worn-out facial expression. I don't think Stanley would be interested. I don't wish to give that away. I'm not sure they would be interested. He sent the letters to me. I'll leave her to her... The girl left her fiddle behind. I'll take it with me in case I see her again. I want to understand what just happened. What a peculiar name, the Devil's Toe. I can't quite see the resemblance myself. I'm not sure they would be interested. I have nothing else. I've too much to do to... The fiddle and bow, left to me by the young girl at the Devil's Toe. It's one of the flowers that had been stuffed into Mr. Ambrose's mouth. Room 2, the Plough and Furrow Inn. No, that won't achieve anything. No, that won't achieve. There's nothing else. I don't think Stanley would be.
Mutton pies!
There's nothing else. I feel I was slightly shortchanged in this trade, but I shall leave. Hello? A door of fine construction. No, that's not it. I fear, Miss Fenchurch, it's best I stay. Is his lordship joking about the Bakewell puddings?
No, miss. His lordship is a man of folly.
How ridiculous!
He treats you all right if you do what he asks. Please let us get on with our toil. If you do as his lordship requests, we'll help you tomorrow.
They have some decent equipment here. It will be more than useful for the excavation. Father Roach has amassed quite the collection here. I don't wish to disturb it. I already took some. I've no time for such things. Hello? Is anyone home? He's not answering. No, that won't work. That's a peculiar idea. Mr. Shoulder told me he'd be at the Plough and Furrow. I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside. The Devil's Toe. I'm not sure what that would achieve. No, that's not. I don't wish to dig it up. I don't need to go in there again. Mr. Long mustn't be in. I've already shown him that. What do you make of this strange stone?
A marvellous thing. It looks ancient.
I agree. I've never seen anything like them in all my digs. I have nothing else to ask for the time. There's nothing else. What do you make of this stone?
That's a funny-looking thing.
Yes, but have you seen anything like it?
Never.
What do you make of this stone?
That's a funny-looking thing. It's got a cockerel on it.
Yes, but have you seen anything like it?
Never.
Mr. Kemp would think me a fool. There's nothing else I wish to discuss. I'm not sure they would be. I don't wish to give. Good day.
Hello there.
I found Mr. Ambrose.
Aye, I saw the two of you walk past not long ago. What the hell happened to him?
He refused to say, but I found him tied to a post.
Jesus.
Have you any idea who might have done such a thing?
No, lass. Where did you take him?
To a friend. He'll be fine.
Grand.
Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
I can't think of anything else. The milk is not salvageable. Bakewell is 32 miles in that direction. A journey not to be taken by foot unless completely necessary. I've already taken one. The cart is beyond repair. don't need to use the filthy The poor thing. Good day.
How did you like your apple?
I'm afraid it is rather rotten, sir.
Hey up. That's slander, that is. Don't you be going round telling folk I'm handing out rotten apples.
Can I interest you in a pie? Finest mutton in all the county. 2p each.
No, thank you.
You're missing out.
I have nothing else.
Bugger off!
Ah, the unmistakable charm of old Cyril.
Mutton pies!
There's nothing else I've stored my case in there, a box within a box. Jammed shut. The wood must have warped over the years. I've too much to do today to waste time sleeping. Here they are.
The vision returns.
I come bearing gifts.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. de Plancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
You are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Lord Panswick.
I take no pleasure in watching you scurry about Bewlay to fulfill my every whim. Or do I?
I do not find this amusing in the slightest. You have no idea what I had to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity. Even in the face of something you know to be absurd. You don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
Why not?
Splendid! I'm glad the rain doesn't put you off. You like to live a little dangerously, don't you, Thomasina? Let us stroll to the beck.
That sounds nice. We walked side by side down to the beck, his hand occasionally brushing my own. Despite Lord Panswick's entertaining company, I had an overwhelming feeling that time was being wasted. We ate those cakes down by the beck, and as he attempted the most charming lines he could muster upon me, I only had one thing on my mind. Father. Could he be saved from his suffering? Was the answer to be found within Hob's Barrow? I ached to find out. I didn't even notice the taste of those famous puddings. Seemingly disheartened by my lack of enthusiasm, Lord Panswick soon marched me back toward the ruined chapel.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow. What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hob's Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help. Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow. It's getting dark and cold. Time to head back to the plough and furrow.
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
Your lordship.
Stanley, my good man.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow. I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Bewlay. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
My dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink. A welcome antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
Why not?
Splendid. You heard the fair lady.
There you are.
Thank you.
Everyone, Raise your glasses to Miss Bateman. May she conquer Hob's Barrow and find all that she desires. Hip hip!
Hooray!
You don't wish to join me in a beverage?
Oh, you go ahead, my dear. Alcohol does not sit well with my constitution.
Thank you, your lordship. I needed that.
I aim to provide you with whatever your heart desires. I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at Hob's Barrow in the morning.
Thank you again, Lord Panswick.
Till we meet again, faites des beaux rêves. Mr. Shoulder.
Your lordship?
I'll leave those two to their conversation.
Sina,
Arthur?
I've remembered something.
What is it, Arthur?
Not here. Meet me outside, in the alley.
He's stinking drunk, but let's hear what he has to say. What is it?
First of all, I must apologise to you. That night we met, when I vanished.
Yes?
Well, there were a man in the loo. A hooded man. He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
That's the thing. I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about. It was a drink, you see. I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what you were on about.
Oh?
Aye. Standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited, I concentrated, and it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
All right. It were a couple of days before I met you.
Hurry now, Leonard.
I'm not as quick as I used to be. This leg is getting worse by the day.
Yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health. Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Aye, she's family.
And she gets here in 2 days?
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as soon as she arrives.
No. Your lordship, with all due respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea. She would laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bait.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something? Ah, a moonlight tryst. After something, are you, Mr. Tillett?
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch. Off you go, skedaddle. Don't make me ask twice. I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standard. It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillett is a nice man.
Come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, for I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes for your excavation tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
the shift in the atmosphere as the day fades into night. You won't you love? You can never tell.
So there we have it. Aren't things getting a little bit more juicy? If you've enjoyed this, please do drop a like and let me know in the comments if this is something you're into. Also, want to know a great free way to support the channel? Click that subscribe button and ring that bell. Until next time, I've been iHenpie. Take care.